This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
She broke a needle and she can't sew. Walking the dog. Guess who walking the dog?
A great old R&B tune from Rufus Thomas. Walking the Dog on Boomer Life here on CIL 650. Sterling Fox joined in studio by Rhonda Hebert and Tamara Morin from Pampered Pets Ultrasonic. We're talking about dogs and cats, as it turns out. You know, I got to tell you, I've had dogs all my life, Rhonda, and cats. Our kids have grown up. We have 3 kids. They all grew up with dogs and cats in the house at all times. Not once ever has it occurred to me to clean the teeth of a cat ever. And dogs, one's a little more aware of dental issues when it comes to dogs. Do all dogs have equal propensity for dental problems?
Well, Sterling, it depends on your breed of dog and your size of dog. Imagine a Chihuahua and say a Shepherd. They both have 42 teeth. The Chihuahua has them crammed in that little mouth, and the big dog has 42 teeth spaced out evenly in its mouth.
Aha!
So little dogs are more prone. And then you get the crossbreeds where they breed like a Chihuahua with, say, a small min pin. So you get a Minchie, they call them. And they sometimes inherit the bigger dog's teeth, and so you get a small dog with big dog teeth. So all dogs know they're all different. Each mouth is individual, and that's why I do an assessment on their teeth before I clean them.
Interesting stuff. So it sounds like, and most of my personal experience with dogs, I've had larger dogs. The last dog we had was a gorgeous shepherd named Nathan, and he never had any dental issues at all. But again, now that I'm thinking about it, of course, with that big, long shepherd mouth and those beautiful teeth, there was never a problem.
Absolutely.
So the larger the dog, the less likely there'll be dental problems. But because you have a large dog doesn't automatically mean that animal's never going to have any problems ever.
Right. People can tell when they have a big dog because the dog will display symptoms, or they'll be able to see in the mouth because of the snout.
Okay.
And those ones, they know to come into us because they can see it.
Right. Tamara, one of your commercials that you're running right now on CIL 650 says, the opening question is something like, does your dog's breath stink? Every time I hear it, I go, what? Why are you asking me that? And then, of course, it's you, and you have a very good reason for asking. So is there a direct relationship? I mean, dogs have fairly awful breath anyway.
Absolutely.
They have doggy breath.
Yeah, the doggy
we
breath.
can all agree dogs have doggy breath. But
do.
some of it just knock you right out of your shoes. So is the odor from the dog's mouth a pretty good indicator of dental issues?
Absolutely. When you smell that, awful doggy breath, when you're getting those kisses that you want to love so much but can't stand because the smell, it is a big indication that there's something going on in the mouth that you may not be aware of. You never usually want a smell coming from the dog's mouth. So when it is really stenchy and bad, people are kind of thinking, what's going on? So they maybe think it's something else and maybe go to the vet to get checked out, and it turns out to be their teeth. So some will, go through the vet if it is needed, if they have excessive work. But on the whole, they'll hopefully come across Pampered Pets and see the ultrasonic sedation-free teeth cleaning and choose us. Mm-hmm. And then, from there we would, like Rhonda says, take a look at the teeth, let them know what's going on. But yeah, the smell is a very, very good indicator.
Very strong indicator, right. Rhonda, when it comes to older dogs, we had a lovely conversation with Inga in our last segment out there in Langley, and she had you and Tamara take care of 3 dogs and 3 cats. You went out there to take care of 1 cat, and you ended up with a half a dozen clients that afternoon. But as her animals, the oldest was 17. Mm-hmm. I believe the youngest was 6.
Yes.
So is there more attention required the older the animal becomes? And I guess the other side of that question is, at which point does a person begin dental treatments with dogs and cats?
Well, Sterling, that's a complex question because each dog is individual. Like we said, the mouths are all individual. Some need care at a year old and some don't need care till they're 12 years old. It just depends on the mouth and the spacing. What we do is we provide a maintenance service that will protect your dog for life. Your dog will have a hygienist for life, and we call and we do recall dates on dogs, and we take care of the maintenance so that dog never has an oral issue again. And also, the second part of that question was maintaining an older dog's health is way more important because, like us, we can be taken out with a tooth as we're getting older. Same thing with dogs, and we can notice if there's an abscess, we'll go to the vet. We need that tooth taken out right away.
You bet.
And doing a pre-clean for the vet also helps because we can get all the dirtiness out of the mouth, and we can identify, okay, this tooth needs to go, that tooth needs to go. Send the pictures to the vet. The vet will go, okay, you're right, and we need to do further work. So it can also minimize the amount of time a dog is under sedation.
Now, this is a silly question, especially for a guy who's had so many dogs in my life, but little people lose their baby teeth and have grown-up teeth. Do animals do the same thing, or they use the teeth they were born with for their whole lives?
They get puppy teeth first, which are barely rooted, and then they lose those. But one problem that happens a lot in little dogs is it's called deciduous canines, where their canines come in front of their adult teeth come in front of their baby canines, and the canines have to be removed by their veterinarian. But if they're loose, they can come out during a cleaning. But when we see that, we know that they either have to be extracted by a veterinarian or hopefully they can clean and come out.
Is there an age, because you're talking, and I think it's a wonderful idea, providing a sort of an ongoing maintenance approach to caring for the dog or cat and its teeth. Is there a suggested start age to get into this program?
No, there's no suggested start age because it's, like I said, dependent on your dogs, but the view is any dog that's over 6 years old is considered a senior dog, and to be anesthetized they have to have blood tests and urine sample tests to determine whether they can tolerate a sedation. With us, they don't have to do that. We just clean their teeth because we don't care if they can take a sedation because we're not sedating them.
Right, okay. And is it tough? Now, Inga was the opposite because she had a negative experience, as I have personally, with dogs and sedation in the past. I lost a dog on the vet's operating table. Never came out of the sedation. It was very distressing. Not a happy day in my life. And no. So when Inga was talking about it with her too, I related completely. So with that in mind, are people grateful when they have an opportunity to have that kind of high maintenance and regular program going on, Tamara, but also there's no need for a sedation, and people must be pleased when you're able to take care of their issues and keep the risk so low.
Absolutely. They are very ecstatic about it. They all question, well, I don't think you'll be able to, handle my dog while it's wide awake, doing the teeth. They won't like it. Well, with us, like I said earlier, we stay calm, they stay calm. So once they are taught and the parents see that their dog is happy as can be when they're ready for pickup, because at the vet, they come through the sedation, they're a little, out of it still, going home, kind of,
wobbly
not very, very excited. Yeah. So when they come back and they see their dog with their wagging tail, their fresh kisses, they are just so happy, that the job got done great and that their dog was happy without the sedation. And, it is a great feeling. And Rhonda, she gets a lot of blessings. We bless you, this, that, and it's awesome. I get a couple, thank yous here and there. Not so many bless yous, but I've had one or two. But she gets quite a few, on a daily basis.
And we talked about the 34 locations around British Columbia. That's everywhere from Kamloops up in the interior and down to and including Vancouver Island, right?
Absolutely.
Because we have a huge listening audience up and down the east coast of Vancouver Island and all of the Qualicum and Lake Cowichan and the Nanaimo and all up and down Parksville, that whole area, right down to Victoria. And so how frequently are you on the island? And once again, I'm gonna repeat this a couple of times. How do people, say, living in Qualicum, arrange to have you and Tamara come by and attend to their dog or cat or both?
They just call our 1-800 number, and we set it up and we make the appointment.
Okay. What's the website? What's the web address, Tamara?
It is PamperedPetsUltrasonicAndCare.com.
Okay, and so that's lots of information there about the company and the contact points for both of you: email addresses, telephone numbers, office location in Delta, all that sort of thing. Plus, that's where if they can't drive to Delta for an appointment with you, you'll go to them.
Absolutely.
And so just go to the website if you're interested. Now, how did Inga manage to get you to do a house call? That seems kind of special, especially when you're as busy as you are.
All she did was ask, and we arranged it. because once we heard the cat was 17 years old, we wanted to do it there. We prefer to do cats as a house call.
Okay, and just because it calms them a little more.
A little bit more, because they're popped right into their own environment as soon as it's done.
Okay, so a house call is not out of the question.
No.
Okay, so all right. Well, so again, the web address, Tamara, please, is
it's PamperedPetsUltrasonicAndCare.com.
PamperedPetsUltrasonicAndCare.com. Back with lots more with our guests from Pampered Pets Ultrasonic on Boomer Life after this.
Weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CIL 650.